Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, welcome along to TTTV. This is the TTL F1 Season 15 opening round at the Bahrain circuit here in Sakir. My name is Kieran McGinley. It's just me tonight. That hasn't happened for a while, but I'll be here solo commentating for the league tonight. And opening round of the season feelings, it's going to be great. And we start at one of my favourite tracks for league racing. Honestly, it's my favourite. So I'm really looking forward to Bahrain. Always throws up a great bit of action, and I'm thoroughly excited for a new season that's along up ahead. Now, if you missed the video last week that Andy and I recorded, we worked hard on that video. I hope you watched it, but if you didn't, here's a little rundown of the driver lineups we have for this season. So for Mercedes, it is the champion Lyronix teaming up with Spike. So Mercedes looking to defend their Constructors' Championship with two strong drivers here. Ferrari have signed Recon and Sean. Red Bull have signed Jack and De Gort. McLaren have signed Warren and Crazy Legs. I said Force India, oh my goodness. Racing Point have signed Graham and Henny. Alfa Romeo have signed Alan Kay and Charlie. Now that lineup is the only lineup that's the same as last season. A little bit of a fun fact for you. Renault have signed Navy and Mays. Haas have signed Barry and Hustwick. Toro Rosso have signed Traw and Lighty, and Williams have gone with George and Leroy. Leroy making his debut in TTL F1 tonight, so Williams looking for a rookie to take over that role. What I will say though is that the Haas driver, Liam Hustwick, it is his birthday, so happy birthday Liam, all the best wishes from TTTV. Unfortunately he's not racing tonight, so oh well, it would have been nice to get a result on your birthday. However, he's not racing tonight, so that's at least one driver down, so that's a bit of a shame. However, I think we can excuse it, it is his birthday. Looking at practice then, well, 10 drivers attended the practice session, really good number here. Navy topped the table with a 127.922, that was on the soft tyres. Recon was a 128.3 on the mediums, so both Dutchmen there looking to set the early pace. Mays was in third with a 128.6 on the soft tyres. Leroy in fourth with a 128.8 on the mediums. Warren 129.0 on the mediums. Lyronix, the only driver to set their fastest lap time on the hard tyres, he set a 129.1, so watch out for the champion as he looks to defend his title. Sean is in 7th there with a 129.4 on the medium tyres. Barry in 8th with a 129.6 on the soft tyres. Henny in 9th with a 130.1 on the medium tyres, and Alan Kay in the Alfa Romeo with a 131.6 on the medium tyres. So that was the practice results for you. And wow, look at that, 18 drivers. Oh, I'm looking forward to this one. I hope you are too. Let us know in the chat if you're racing tonight, where are you hoping to finish? If you're spectating tonight, who are you supporting? Who are the flags flying for tonight? Now, of course, this is my, well, I haven't had to do a solo commentary for a long time. However, I hope I'm going to nail it tonight. Let me know what you think. Well, what have we got here? We've got Recon saying hello in the chat. Warren saying, I'm guessing slipstream train. Yeah, it could be a little bit of a one down towards turn 1. Turn 1 obviously is that tight right-hander, and well, obviously anything can happen there, and it normally does. But as I say, Bahrain's one of my favourite tracks for league racing, and I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure that tonight will be, it will define the reason why I love this track. That's all I'm going to say. But 15 corners take us around the Sakir International Circuit, with turn 1 just being after that long DRS zone or along the start-finish straight. You've also got the same deal, or the similar DRS zone up towards turn 4, but for that one you've only got a little bit of a shorter run up towards turn 4, and you'll notice that turn 4 is wide on the entrance of the corner and then suddenly narrows as you head towards turn 5 and the end of sector 1, so be very careful if you're going to try and make a move there. There is the overtaking opportunity of turn 8, but the nature of the corner means that the racing line sort of takes the apex, so if you're going to try and make a move, you've got to be side by side. See what will happen at turn 10. It will catch a couple of drivers out. I always mention this fact. It caught Michael Schumacher out. Of all drivers, Michael Schumacher was caught out by turn 10, locked up and went straight on in one of the seasons he raced in. I believe it was in the 2010. I'm sure someone in the chat can remind me when that was. Through turns 11, 12 and 13, well, we have seen cars go side by side in TTL F1. Some were producing fantastic results, others not so. So let's hope we can keep it clean. And then 13 is an opportunity to focus on the apex. Down towards turn 14, which is the penultimate corner, some people disagree, down towards turn 14 is not really an overtaking opportunity because you've got the detection zone in the braking zone. So there's no point trying to go up the inside because you'll have DRS down the long straight down towards turn 1. But it's a track that feels like it's flat, but it's not. Up towards turn 3 and 4, then you've got 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way downhill, quite flat through 9, 10, and then you're up the rise again through 11, 12 and 13, down the hill towards 14, and then through 15 it's relatively flat then down towards turn 1. Now turn 1 obviously is that tight right-hander, which then goes into turn 2, a fast left, and turn 3, a fast right. But watch out for the traction going through turn 2 because it can and will try and catch you out. Well, let's have a look then. Andy says, Andy's given the track rundown in the chat there. Round 1 comes to the Bahrain circuit under the floodlights, a night race since 2014, which was the track's 10th anniversary. Very true. 3 DRS zones. You can expect plenty of action here tonight. Watch out for turns 9 and 10, possibly the trickiest braking zone on the calendar. See, Andy and I are just on the same wavelength. He'll be the walking Wikipedia despite not being around. Yeah, he's stuck at work, I'm afraid. That's why he couldn't make it back to the commentary box. However, you're going to have to put up with me for tonight, so very sorry about that, but I'm sure Andy will be around in the chat for some of the race tonight to join us for what should be a great opening round of the season. And I'm glad we've got 18 drivers with us tonight. It's fantastic to see. We've got obviously the rivalries that are going to maybe boil over towards the mid part of the season, which reminds me, it's probably a good idea to tell you what the track or the calendar is going to be like for this season. So we start here tonight in Bahrain under the floodlights. We then move to Azerbaijan for round number 2. Round number 3 will take us to Monaco, so 2 street circuits back to back. Then we'll have the French Grand Prix for round number 4, the British Grand Prix for round 5, the Hungarian Grand Prix for round 6, the Italian Grand Prix for round 7, the Russian Grand Prix for round number 8, the Mexican Grand Prix for round 9, and the finale of round number 10 is at the Brazilian Grand Prix. And Spike has made it perfectly clear in the past that that's where it should be ending, in Brazil. He'll be very happy about this season in the Mercedes. I know he'll want me to mention that one, but the season finale is indeed at Brazil this season, so looking forward to that one. But qualifying for season 15, the first round of season 15 is underway, and we're already about 40 seconds into it. We've got a car out on track, so let's find out who that was. It was Jack. So Jack then in the Red Bull is the first person to take to the track. Now obviously Jack here had some good performances for Mercedes towards the end of last season, but he was let go by Mercedes, signed up by Red Bull, who want to push and challenge for that top spot this season. They've also signed the Gort, who's still currently in the pit lane right now. However, what I will say though is Jack is a talent here. He is the season 13 champion. Didn't get a chance to properly defend his title, some would argue. However, sorry, he's the season 14 champion. I do apologise. So he didn't get a chance to defend his title. However, he is on the charge now, and hopefully if he can make more rounds, he should be able to get that challenge up and running. Well, Leroy here is one of the first, one of the only rookies, I think, in this season turning up here tonight. So let's see how he gets on tonight. From Ireland, according to his flag. So Leroy here making his way through turn 10. I've heard he's a pretty quick driver, but let's see what happens. He finished 4th in practice on the medium tyres, so let's see how he performs today in qualifying and in the race. He's on the hard tyres here, so not looking to set a representative lap time at the moment. Of course the softs, the mediums and the hards are a staple now. You'll see them throughout the season as Leroy now makes his way in towards turn 13. But yeah, let us know who the flags are flying for tonight. Let's have some support in the chat. Who are you backing tonight? There is Jack then, making his way now down towards turn 1. Let's ride on board with him as he makes his way through turn 2, then on the way through turn 3 with the DRS wide open now on the run up the hill towards turn 4. And you'll see now that it's wide on the entrance. You can see how wide the corner is, and then it all of a sudden narrows to a very, very narrow part of the track. In comparison to the rest of the track, this part is quite narrow. But you see here, Jack fighting that Red Bull. Oh, he's fought it too hard. He's in the wall and out of qualifying. Jack's out in the first qualifying session of the season. And the back end simply said, you're having a laugh through turn 7. and he ends up into the wall. And that sort of reminds me of Lewis Hamilton in the late 2000s. That's what happened to him. He just got on that curb on the outside, and the back end just said, you're having a laugh, and spun him basically into the wall. So Jack then, now worst things considered, he'll be starting P18, but let's see how this develops throughout the qualifying session. We go right on board with Leroy then, as he makes his way through the DRS zone, and then on the way down towards turn 11. Let's see now, using that curve on the right hand side, and using the inside curve on the left, and avoiding the curve then on the right hand side on the exit of 11. That's probably a wise idea. Very easy to lose the back end on that part of the track, and very easy to spin the car around. I say that because I've done it so many times in my career mode. You won't believe how many flashbacks I had to do to finish this race. Anyway, Leroy then down towards turn 14 and 15 for his qualifying lap. He's on the hard tyres though, so I'm not expecting him to set a world record lap time. When he crosses the line, it's a 1:28.6. That is the opening lap time. That's his first qualifying lap time in TTL F1. Lyronics then 1:28.9, the defending champ on the hard tyres, 3/10 down on the Williams of Leroy. We've got Recon here, who's now making his way down towards turn 14 on a flying lap right now. And Recon will be thrilled to be in the Ferrari, having made the signing from Haas. So same engine for him. Let's see what he can do. Charlie, 1:29.5 on a set of medium tyres. Here comes Recon towards the line, and he goes second fastest, 1:28.7 from the Dutchman. He makes his way now down towards turn 1. What will be an outlap. Here's Lighty then on a set of soft tyres. Lighty making his way now around the final corner. Sean 1:31.6, Traw 1:28.9. That puts him into fourth place. Lighty, I think, going for a little bit of a banker lap, but then decided not to complete it. Crazy Legs then 1:30.0 on a set of soft tyres. I don't think that's a representative lap time from Crazy Legs. So that was the other McLaren there of, I believe it was Warren getting out of the way, and he was just getting hugely out of the way there as he makes his way now out of the pit lane. We've got Alan Kay then, who's making his way now on towards turn 14 now. So it's over this crest and down the hill towards that turn 14. Let's see what he can do then through the final corners. Riding that curb quite aggressively there. Let's see if his lap time will stand, and he's coming back to the pit lane, which kind of indicates to me that no, it will not stand. Warren here, who is in the McLaren for this season, will be hoping for better results. He's been lamenting his luck towards the last part of last season. Of course, he did have a good run of podiums. He could have had a race win at Austria last season, but he lost it at the final corner with only a couple of laps to go and lost a part of his front wing. That put him out of contention for the win. But he's shown some good pace. He just needs to show some consistency. And McLaren, I think, have made a good signing there. They've signed him alongside one of the all-time greats of TTL F1 in Crazy Legs. Now, Crazy Legs here has been, well, it's been hot and cold, really. He had the most retirements last season, but McLaren have seen the experience. They've seen how he's adapting to this new game. He hasn't been racing for quite some time as well before last season. So to jump onto a new game, fresh as ever, it's a big step. I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to come into a league with little to no experience of the game, but that's what Crazy Legs has done, and he's trying to build on it race after race. And McLaren have seen the potential in him. They see that he can get those results. And well, he finished. If you watch the F2 Challenge Cup, you will have seen Crazy Legs. He crashed out of two of them, but he finished 6th place in the last race. So, you know, a bit of a tough evening for him, but he stuck it out. So fair play to him. He really did stick it out. He has that temperament about him that he wants to finish the race. And for McLaren, that's what they want to do this season. They want to try and challenge as well. I wonder who their first driver is going to be. Warren is a quick driver, but prone to errors. Crazy Legs is also prone to errors, but has that experience behind him. It seems then McLaren have thrown caution to the wind in these signs. They've seen the potential. They now want to see what happens out on track. Meanwhile, in my, well, rabbiting on, the Gort has actually gone fastest, 1:28.4 on a set of soft tyres. Graham's now up to 5th place, 1:28.9 on a set of soft tyres. Henny, who you're seeing here, 1:30.0 on a set of hard tyres. Sean there in 8th place, 1:29.6 as he makes his way now back to the pit lane. So at the moment, with just over 10 minutes to go, the Gort has provisional pole position on a set of those soft tyres. Now, soft tyres around here can be either really work for you or really not work for you. There's no in between. There's no sort of, oh, you can manage the tyres. No, they either work for you or they don't. So the Gort feels confident in those soft tyres. And looks like he'll be trying maybe a one-stop. Possibility of a two-stop around Bahrain. I wouldn't say it's impossible to do a two-stop around here. But I think many of the drivers today will be trying that one-stop strategy. We'll have to wait and see as the race progresses. Navy then, on a set of hard tyres, sets a 128.3. That's a great lap time from Navy. So obviously the track is getting better and better as every minute passes. Meant to be dry for the whole, well, I was going to say weekend, but for the whole night it's going to be dry through qualifying and the race. So we should see dry running throughout. So one stops or two stops. Fairly uninterrupted, but we have seen safety cars here at Bahrain before, so don't rule that one out either. But Navy then puts it on provisional pole position. Alan Kay then making his way through turn 1, then through turn 2. We've got Spike out there who's on a set of hard tyres, that is. Currently P17, having set a lap time right now, but he makes his way down towards the line. DRS wide open, and it's 131.3 from Spike. Something tells me that wasn't a representative lap time, because look at him, he's going again. So to me, he's backed off there at some point in that lap, and he's going to go again. Lighty then in the Toro Rosso, 127.5 on those soft tyres. Obviously confident on the tyre wear with them, because of course if you finish in the top 10, you have to start on the tyre you set your best lap time in qualifying. That puts Ironics down to sit. I don't think we'll be too concerned right now. We still have a couple of runs left. He's still on the set of hard tyres, so this will be his new set of hard. So he's going to set yet another banker lap as he now makes his way in towards turn 10. Short run then up towards turn 11. You can see here the drivers will use that curve on the right hand side to open up the entrance to the corner. Something I don't normally do on this game, because the curves like to catch me out and on me. I'm sure they have an agenda against me. Ironics then making his way through turn 13 and then on the run now down towards turn 14 and 15. The season 14 champ has got a point to prove. He makes his way now towards the final two corners then. Let's see what's the turning like. Looks good to me. Can he get the exit right? Yep, in fourth gear then. On towards that start finish line with the DRS open. Let's see what sort of lap time Ironics has set. So 128.1. Puts him into second place, and that's on a new set of hard tyres as well. So impressive stuff from the defending champ as he makes his way now down towards turn 1. We've got Alan Kay then, who set a 130.7 on a set of medium tyres. Warren's out there on a set of hard tyres. He's now starting a flying lap as he makes his way now down towards turn 1. There's a lot of quick drivers here this season. You've got the likes of Ironics who's trying to defend this championship. You've got Recon, you've got Spike. Shaw's been up there a couple of times as well. Warren, who's been showing his pace. Sean, who shows his pace around that midfield area. Very likely to get podiums if somebody makes mistakes. You've got Traw as well, who's constantly a thorn in some of the top runners. He likes to stick his nose into battles and try and disrupt championship battles. That's what he's known to do, and you know, he's a talented driver, that's for sure. And Traw and Lighty pairing up together, they've absolutely loved it. I saw them react in the video showing the team lineups and driver announcements, and yeah, as I say, they were delighted that they were teamed up again, with each other. So there's a real team chemistry there. Absolute team chemistry. The Gort then goes even quicker on a set of soft tyres, 127.8, which puts him now up to second place. And let's see who is on a flying lap right now. I believe Alan Kay. Yeah, Alan Kay's coming back to the pit, so he's definitely not on a flying lap. Spike up to our 7th place now, 128.6. And he will now make his way back to the pit lane. What I'm assuming will be one final run on a set of the medium tyres. The Gort then up to second place. We just had a lap time set by Warren, who goes up to 5th place, 128.355. That puts him into 5th place. So like I said, a lot of quick drivers. Navy as well, who I didn't mention before. And yeah, so he's up there as well. Lighty has shown some pace as well. Didn't have the greatest season last time out, but he's getting back on the horse there and puts himself on a provisional pole position right now. Spike then making his way now back to the pit lane. I'm assuming that's Spike who's being wheeled into the pits. by the green lid. That's absolutely right. Mays hasn't set a lap time just yet, and of course with Jack's retirement he will be starting from the back of the grid. Only four cars out on track right now. The Gort, Warren, Crazy Legs and Old Man Barry. Old Man Barry, we haven't actually mentioned a lot in the stream so far. Currently 15 on now a set of medium tyres. He set his best lap time on the hard at 1:30.1. So we'll be able to see now what he can do. Straight out up the hill, through turn 12, and towards the braking zone of turn 13. Let's see what he can do. On his out lap, on those medium tyres, we'll have to stay tuned to see what he does. Crazy Legs then making his way now in towards turn 12 and then on towards turn 13. Only difference is he is actually on a flying lap, 7 tenths up on his previous best. That's currently a provisional 129.3. That's going to take him into at least 11th place for now. Coming down the hill then towards the final corner, or corners if you're picky. Crazy Legs now making his way down the start finish straight. Open the DRS, and what's the lap time going to be from the new McLaren driver? It is a 129.6, which puts him up to 12th place. So not a bad lap there from Crazy Legs, but more to come, you feel, when the track's getting quicker and quicker. Lyronics then out on track. What a great camera angle there. Going through turn 8, on the run now towards turns 9 and 10. Tricky braking zone for the Mercedes driver. And I think Lyronics himself, well, his part was set on Ferrari, until Mercedes got involved and signed him up to be part of their team. Of course, they are the defending Constructors' Champions. It only makes sense for them to try and sign the Drivers' Champ, which they have done. So he's now making his way up the hill to start a new flying lap. So just over 3 minutes to go left of qualifying. And Lighty is on provisional pole. The Gort is in second, Lyronics third, Navy fourth, Warren fifth, Leroy 6th, Recon 7th, Spike in 8th, Graham 9th, Traw rounding out the top 10. It's Charlie 11th, Crazy Legs 12th, Sean 13th, Henny 14th, Barry 15th, Alan K 16th, Mays, who has not set a lap time yet in this session, in 17th, but it looks like he's going to set one lap time on the soft tyres. And Jack, who we saw fresh out of qualifying, is currently 18th place and will go no higher than that position, as of course he is out of qualifying. We've just seen, I think that was... Who was that in the position? I think it was Old Man Barry. It was up to 11th place for Barry, 129.2, just outside of the top 10. Now Lyronics here is on a set of medium tyres. Now these are the tyres I'm expecting drivers to qualify on, and you see now going through turn 7 on the run now down towards turn 8. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him, and both Red Bulls here. Well, actually, but I say both Red Bulls. Like, Jack is, of course, out of qualifying. The Gort then gets well out of the way as he now Lyronics heads down towards turn 10. Of course, we don't see that camera angle. We're right on board with Lyronics then as he makes his way on towards turn number 11. And you'll see, once again, using that right-hand side there of the track to open up the corner and try and carry as much speed through as possible. Making his climb now up the hill. He set a 128.1 on a set of hard tyres. Let's see how that lap's progressing. Half a second right now, so that's provisionally a 127.6 on a set of medium tyres. He'll now make his way now down the hill towards turns 13 and 14. And let's see now as he makes his way through the final corners and on towards the start-finish straight. Let's see what Lyronics can do then with the DRS wide open up towards the start-finish line. And it is provisional pole for Lyronics. 127.4 on those medium tyres. The track is just getting quicker and quicker. The Gort then, who's out there on a set of soft tyres then, down towards turn number 1. He's looking to try and grab pole position here on the set of those soft tyres. Graham then also out on a set of soft tyres. We've got Traw then, who's on the mediums, making his way through turn 4. Now on the run through 5, 6 and 7 before the braking zone of turn 8. Through 6 he goes, then through turn 7. On the run now down towards turn 8. 60 seconds to go in qualifying to try and get towards that start finish line. Spike is one of them. He'll have plenty of time to make it to the line, but Spike right now in 9th place. Leroy on his debut now looking to try and set a faster lap time. He's currently in 7th place, but he's set his best lap time on a set of the hards. Mays then up to 4th he goes, 128.2, which puts him onto the second row of the grid for now, but I think these lap times are going to tumble. Sean out there, currently 15th place right now. That's not where Ferrari want to be as he now makes his way down towards turn 8. Henny then, a lot of pressure for the Racing Point team now, as Henny and Graham currently 10th and 16th. Of course, Racing Point lost Lyronics, their golden star, if you like. But Henny 3/10 up through the first sector. That's currently a provisional 129.7, which won't change his position for now. Warren's retired. He's finished up in 6th place provisionally, as that is Mays then just getting off the track. Lyronics then doesn't set a faster lap time. As Lighty now 2/10 up at the moment. This could be a provisional pole position for Lighty as he makes his way around the final corners. The Gort then retires from the session. So now Lighty has a perfect opportunity to try and grab pole position from under Lyronics' nose, and he can't! He's up by 1/100th of a second. He couldn't quite do it, but he puts himself in 2nd place right now. Navy now making his way through turn 11, up the hill now through turn 12, and on towards turn 13. The Renault driver. First time out in the Renault as he makes his way through turn 13, now on the run towards turn 14 and 15. Leroy then gets himself up to the 2nd row of the grid, 3rd place for him on his debut so far. We've also got Navy and Spike out on a flying lap. So here comes Navy, then Spike goes 2nd. It's a Mercedes 1-2 for now. Here comes Navy towards the line then. What lap time can he set? He goes pole! 1:27.461 from Navy. That's a great lap time. And Recon's gone faster! 1:27.420. The lap times are tumbling down. And just like that, a Mercedes 1-2 has become a Mercedes 3-4. And a great lap time puts Recon on pole position for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Completely under my nose, that's for sure, but Recon grabs pole position by 4/100ths of a second. The top 3 separated by 1/10 of a second. Absolutely incredible. So Recon then grabs pole position. Navy 2nd, Lyronics 3rd with Spike in 4th. Lighty in 5th with Leroy on his debut in 6th place. The Gort in 7th, Mays in 8th, Warren 9th, and Sean rounds out the top 10. Graham in 11th, Henny 12th, Shaw in 13th, Barry 14th, Charlie 15th, Crazy Leg 16th, Alan K 17th, and Jack will have to start from the back of the grid to return to full-time driving. He will start from P18. So a great lap then from the Ferrari driver of Recon puts him on pole position for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Let us know in the chat, who have you got to win the race tonight? Can Recon convert pole to win? What can the Renault driver of Navy do? Obviously he's been pretty quick so far. How about the 2 Mercedes drivers in 3rd and 4th place? Or are we going to see a strategic masterclass from Lighty in 5th place? Or could somebody else win it? Let us know in the chat. Let's see who we've got running for tonight. Let's see who the flags are flying for as well. Bahrain. I love this track. I adore this track. So I'm looking forward to commentating this one once again. I'm so excited. So excited. Let us know who you're supporting for tonight. And who knows, I might even mention you on the stream. If you're driving, are you happy with your qualifying results? Bit frustrated? Where are you aiming for tonight? Let's have a look and see what's going to happen tonight. I'm looking forward to this. Can you tell? I'm really looking forward to this. Let's have a look then. I've got to do the tweet, haven't I? It's got to be done. But the drivers now will make their way on their formation lap then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Opening round of the season. And I have to be honest with you, I'm thoroughly looking forward to this one, as I hope you are too. We've got a great lineup. We've got a great chance of seeing some competitive drivers absolutely gunning for it tonight. But there is Recon, who put himself on pole position. And let's see what we can do. Let's see what he can do. He'll be leading the line down towards turn 1. Navy there in 2nd place. We'll be hoping to get an advantage down towards turn 1. Of course, he's not starting on the racing line, but if he gets his start right, he's got the inside line for turn 1. He could cause the Ferrari some real trouble there. Lyronics and Spike then, I think, will be quite frustrated with 3rd and 4th. However, they've got a chance here. They're still in this at the moment. So hard having to tweet and commentate over the formation lap at the same time. I remember, solo commentating is difficult. It is difficult because you've got to do all the promo. Oh dear. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Jack in 18th place as well. Watch out for him because he'll be looking to make a charge through the pack. So let's see what he can do as well in his first race for the Red Bull team. But now they're making their way down towards turn 13 and turn 14 for what is going to be the opening round of this season of TTL F1 season number 15. I'm looking forward to this one. A new season means new rivalries and a new chance for a champion to be crowned. Lyronix, of course, the first non-British driver to win a TTL Drivers' Championship. So that is a bit of history there, not only for himself, but for TTL in its history. So great bit of history there. But we now line up onto the grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix in the opening round of TTL F1. This one's going to be a thriller, I can tell. How can I tell? Because we're here in Bahrain, in Sakir, and the cars are now lining up then for the race. Let's see then what this is going to unfold. How will this unwind? We're moments away now from the race here in Bahrain for round 1 of TTL F1. Recon there on pole position, waiting now for those red lights to come on to signal the start of the race. And here we are then for the opening round of TTL F1. It is 5 red lights. Round 1 is underway, and what are the starts like? It's a terrible start from Lyronix as we now make our way down towards turn 1. An awful start from the defending champ. Down towards turn 1 we go. Spike is trying to go up the inside in towards turn 1. Can they keep it clean now? Running on board with Spike. Leroy there has done a fantastic job. He's up to P3. We've got Instant behind us. Crazy Legs caught up in something there, and he's, I think his front wing's okay for now. But Warren here now down to 17th place. Not a great start from him. Meanwhile, Jack now up to 12th place right now. Great start from him. Runs a little bit deep into turn 4, but it looks like he's able to recover. And Lyronix from 3rd place on the grid is now down to 13th place. It's almost like he hit anti-stall there. So a terrible start from the defending champ here. Leroy has taken full advantage. He's now up to 3rd place. Spike then holds 4th place down as we make our way now down towards turn 10. And Navy putting some serious pressure on the Ferrari of Recon. Sean then trying to put some pressure on Lighty. And in these early stages you can see that Lyronix down 10 positions from his starting position here. May's putting some pressure on Sean here. He wants to go up the inside at turn 11. But Sean shuts the door there. Sean up 3 positions from his starting position. And he's on those medium tyres. Well, Mays is on those soft tyres as well. That's what we have to remember. But, oh, that was almost the racing points coming together there in turn 13. Henny almost ran into the back of his teammate. That's going to give Traw 10th place there as they now make their way now down towards turn 14. But there is Jack up the inside as well as he looks to try and take away 11th place from Henny, which it looks like he has done, and he has done there. So as we finish lap 1, Recon leads with Navy 2nd, Leroy 3rd, Spike 4th, McGourt in 5th. Jack is defending this 11th place like his life depends on it. Lyronix, meanwhile, in 13th, looking to try and make a charge back up the field. Henny here looking for a move up the inside. Gets a little bit wrong on entry. Lyronix held his own there. He knew that if he went for a move there, it would have ended in tears. Now has to go around the outside at turn 3. He'll be on the outside for turn number 4 as well. We've also got a battle for the lead happening as well. But here we are then. Lyronix trying to go round the outside of Henny for P12, and he's done exactly that. He's got to try and recover from that drive and that start. Meanwhile, Recon is leading the way for Ferrari, and this is what Ferrari wanted from their, well, arguably their lead driver. Down towards turn 9 and then down towards turn 10. Navy in 2nd place right now. I think Renault made a great signing when they signed Navy, because look at this, right in the slipstream as we now make our way down towards turn 11. Before we go up the hill once again, Warren losing a position to Charlie there. So Charlie now up to 14th place, Warren now down to 15th. But there is your race leader, Recon, going through in the Ferrari, leading the way. Running up with Spike then, 4th place for him, obviously qualified in 4th place, still running in 4th, so no change from him. But the start from his teammate would have helped him out a treat there. Meanwhile then, Traw in 10th place right now, looking to try and take advantage of Graham up ahead. Coming now in towards 13 and 14. Car number 93 looking for the slipstream. DRS will be enabled this lap, but not for Traw just yet. But look at the run he's got there. Look how slippery that Toro Rosso is in a straight line, and he's already gone. Traw then up to 9th place now as he makes his way up towards turn 1. Will Graham have another go? He tries, but he's just a little bit too far back. I think more than anything, he was trying to defend from Jack, who's now in 11th place, but now right on his tail. as Jack now makes his charge through the field. It's almost like an Alex Albon drive at the moment. Jack up the inside, in towards turn 4, and that's another position for Jack there. He's now up to P10, and look who it is, Lyronix now, trying to go side by side with the Racing Point, and the Racing Point gives him room there. Lyronix up to 11th place. He just took advantage there. Down towards turn 8 he goes, and gets the position done. Great move from Lyronix. He's now trying to just follow Jack through the traffic and through the field. Recon still leading the way with Navy in second. Leroy though in third place, and look at Leroy here with the DRS. Thought about a move in towards turn 11, didn't quite happen for him. Of course, with the DRS down towards turn 13, it gives you a great opportunity to try the move. Look for the team orders, I think, here from Racing Point. Henny moves ahead of Graham. That is for 12th and 13th place. Riding on board with Leroy then, as we've got Mays who's around. Mays is in trouble. That, it looks like it's just coming towards turn 13, and it is. So Mays then, I think he might have lost the back end at turn 12, and it's sent the car spinning around. He's lost a bit of front wing as well, so not great for him at all. And he might have to come back to the pits to repair that damage. Warren up to 13th place now, as he looks to try and continue his charge. Meanwhile, riding on board now with Spike. Look at this top 4 here. Really close together. The Gort is falling back now, 1.8 seconds. That's because of his soft tyres. They're starting to wear a little bit. He'll have to be careful towards the latter part of his first stint. He'll be looking to go into the hard tyres to try and make them last as long as possible. They are a very durable tyre, even in the Bahrain heat, but there's only so far they can go. Mays has come into the pits, put on a set of hard tyres. Will he make him to the end? I'm not sure. Leroy trying to go up the inside at turn 8. Maybe shuts the door. No room for him. But that's the attempted move for second place right now as we make our way through turn 9 and towards turn 10. And Leroy here, first night nerves, first race of the season nerves. What nerves? Currently third place, putting pressure on Navy ahead of him now. He's also got Spike behind as Recon makes his way now in towards turn number 11. And Navy's still trying to put the pressure on, but he's got to be careful from Leroy behind as they head through turn 12 and then on towards turn 13. And again, Navy, well, Recon and Navy taking two different lines through turn 13. You can see there, Recon's prioritising his exit there, whereas Navy was looking to try and prioritise any track position. Recon wins that battle for now. Leroy with the DRS, watch out for him because he's going to have a little bit of a double toe here. If anything, Spike behind him is going to have a triple toe. We now start lap number 5. Recon still leading the way. Navy in second, with Leroy in third and Spike in fourth. All the top 4 in your picture there. Leroy looking for a move, thought about the move, but not quite there. As we now make our way through turn 1, then through turns 2 and 3. Warren looks like he's made a move on one of the Racing Points, and he does. The McLaren driver then moves up to 12th place there, and McLaren will be backing him to score some good points here tonight. Meanwhile then, Lighty is trying to close in on the Gort ahead of him. Behind them, we've got Sean, Traw, Jack and Lyronix, all trying to battle away for 7th place. And I think that would have been really frustrating for Lyronix here. He'll have wanted to get a good start, hasn't quite got that, but he's got to try and recover. Still in top 10. Leroy, meanwhile, trying to close in on Navy as we make our way through 9 and through turn 10 there. Took a chance with that curb. Yellow flags in sector 1. Meanwhile, Leroy is trying to close in on Navy once again. Can't quite do it there. Looks to go to the left-hand side. Maybe it's just to try and defend the position as we work our way around. I wonder if that was Barry who was in trouble there. I'm not quite sure at all. Shaw, no, is passed by Traw in towards turn 11. Traw asserting his dominance there through turn 10 and 11 and gets the move done. He's now up to 7th place. Great move from Traw. And Sean will be a bit surprised about that one. Not normally a place where you make a move, and that's probably what's caught him off guard. Meanwhile, Jack here is now racing forward and wants to try and pass this Ferrari. We've got Graham who's in trouble at the moment. He's now lost his entire front wing as Crazy Legs are closing in on Charlie here. Will he try and move down towards the final corner? No, he won't. He'll wait for the DRS zone. Meanwhile then, the top 4 still battling close together. Meanwhile, Sean and Traw battling side by side. Sean with the DRS, but Traw's got the inside line in towards turn 1. Toro gives him plenty of room. Sean up the inside into turn 2 and cuts off the apex for turn number 3. Great driving from Sean there to defend against Traw, but Traw has DRS up towards turn 4, up the inside it goes, and look at Jack here, trying to take the advantage in towards turn 4, and he's got the move done, has he? They're still running side by side through 5, then through turn 6, and Jack has the move done. Really good opportunistic driving from Jack then. He moves up to 8th place, and he's showing here that he's got that mature head on him right now. Started 18th. Not been too aggressive with these moves. He's just been opportunistic, and it's worked. He's now up to 8th place. Oh, that's Sean who's missed his braking zone there, and that is going to hand a position over to Lyronix. He'll get a poor exit out of turn 10, and Lyronix says, "Thank you very much. I'll take that P9." So I don't think Mercedes drivers of Lyronix there had to work as hard as Jack, but he's got past, and what that means is he's able to now try and close in on Jack once again. So Jack, Lyronix up a place each, along with Traw. And Traw here on the medium tyres is once again looking to be a thorn in the side of Vitaly Petrov at Abu Dhabi, if you like. He's looking to just challenge and really put in a really good performance. He's capable of these performances as well. Leroy here looking for a move down towards turn 1, up the inside of Navy. The Williams driver goes for it. Let's see what Navy can do. He'll try a little bit of a switchback through turn 2. Leroy's covered him off though. Leroy grabs P2 for now. He'll also have the DRS then up towards turn 4. He's got the outside line though. Navy will have the inside line, but he backs out of it. And Leroy takes 2nd place then in his first ever TTL F1 race. Well, Leroy then, great move. Really good opportunity there, and he takes it. So now Spike heading now down towards turn number 8 as he looks to try and find a way past. And Warren there has lost a position to Henny. So Henny there moves back ahead into 11th place. Lyronix meanwhile just following Jack through for now. As we make our way through turn 9 and then on towards turn 10, you've got Jack here who is a champ and a seasoned champ at that. Only one title to his name, that driver's title that is, to his name, but he's shown great talent out on the track. Here he is then, making his way towards turn 11. Thought about the move up the inside, but just rather filled up the Toro Rosso mirrors with a bit of Red Bull rather than a bit of front wing. Jack then making his way through turn 13 and putting pressure on Traw ahead of him. Some people would say Traw would be the sister car in this setup and sort of let Jack through, but I think Toro Rosso, signing Traw and Light E, have proven that this season they want to be a team entirely on their own. This is Red Bull, Toro Rosso, Red Bull at the moment. The Gort leading that sandwich there. At the moment, Jack has a little bit of DRS. Lyronix into the pits then, as Jack then past Traw, takes the racing line as well before heading down towards turn 1. And Traw then loses that position. Jack through with the help of DRS. So Lyronix obviously changing strategy a little bit here, and he needs to try and get himself back into this race. He could follow Jack all the way through, but will that help him or will that hinder him in terms of tyre wear? I wonder. Recon then still leading. He was out of DRS range of Leroy. Leroy's close right back up towards the back of that Ferrari and is looking to try and challenge for the lead in his first ever TTL F1 race. Navy meanwhile in 3rd place with Spike in 4th. We've got the Gort then who's in 5th place at the moment, heading his way through turn 10. Lighty in 6th. You can see on the front left of Lighty's tyre that graining happening to the front left hand tyre. So he's got to watch out for that towards the end of his stint. He will start to lose some grip very, very quickly. The soft tyres give up quickly. Yellow flags in sector 2. We'll try and find out who that is. Whatever it was, they're cleared now. Leroy then heading now down towards 14 and 15. We'll have the DRS recon. You can see that using that curb on the left-hand side to open up that corner as much as he possibly can. And Leroy here is on a bit of a charge. Navy's out of DRS range of Leroy. And here is Leroy chasing down the Ferrari ahead of him. The Ferrari goes defensive. The Williams has to go the long way around at turn 1. They almost touch. Heading into turn 1 there. And Recon defends hard there. He wants this lead of the race. Spike, meanwhile, gets past Navy through the first 3 corners. And he's now up onto 3rd place now, with Navy down to 4th. A couple of cars really changing positions there. We've got Warren still trying to chase down Henny ahead of him. This is the battle for what is right now P9. Leroy really closing in on Recon ahead of him. He's up for this one. Top 4 on the medium tyres. Remember that Jack and Traw, as Andy's pointed out in the chat, are on the hard tyres and they've got some good pace on them. Watch out for them towards the end of this race. Lap 9 of 29. We have 21 laps to go. 20 and a bit if you're picky. And it is Recon who leads from Leroy, Spike, Navy, the Gort, Jack, Traw, Sean, Henny, Warren, Crazy Legs, Charlie, Lighty, Lyronix, Alan K, Mays, Graham and Old Man Barry. All 18 drivers who started this race are currently still running in it. And of course, we've had some drivers made some pit stops as well. Ironics, who is in 14th place, and actually Light E has rejoined ahead of him. Warren, they're going around the outside, and the Gort's out. The Gort is out of the race. Out at that's just before turn 13. He's made contact with someone there. That is not a normal place you would retire. No, I think he's made contact with someone there. And so the Gort then is out of the Bahrain Grand Prix. And teams will be eagerly awaiting if this triggers a safety car. Looks like it's just yellow flags for now. And yep, it is just yellow flags. They've cleared that up in double yellows only. Spike, meanwhile, looking to put pressure on the Williams up ahead. But the Williams has other ideas, as he wants to try and close in on the Ferrari ahead. In towards turn 4 they go. And the Gort then, well, he's out of the race. So unfortunately, he was running a good race as well. And what that does, though, is it promotes Jack up to 5th place. He's 7 seconds behind this battle for 1st place with these 4 cars. And if they keep battling like this, that's only going to advantage Jack throughout the race. Warren, we saw they go around the outside. And, well, let's see then. Warren making his way down towards turn 8. Up to 8th place he is right now. And on the hard tyres, he's making some good progress out there. Back to the battle for the lead. As we see Leroy there, again, just filling that Ferrari mirror with a little bit of Williams, a little bit of rocket there. And Leroy now making his way through turn 12 and on towards turn 13. And we'll see here how everything's going to plan out for Leroy. Will he try and challenge for the lead? Will he wait till after his pit stop? If you're a racer, you're going to go for a move. And the Gort then retires from the race. Of course, that was his return. Pretty much a full-time return. Red Bull saw the potential. Just didn't quite work for him today. Recon heading into the pit lane as... No! Recon dummies! Oh! Now, that's going to be an interesting one. I thought you weren't allowed to do that. However, Recon leading the way then. That's one for me to stop talking about. I'm sure the stewards will decide what will go on there. But, yeah, I thought he committed to the pit lane, then decided to stay out. So, yeah, I think Recon here... Certainly, oh, Spike's going for the move, down towards turn 4, up the inside, contact made between the two of them, but Spike there, has he got the move done as they make their way through towards turn 6? He has! And Spike gets the move for the lead. Recon's not done yet though, and Spike leads in Bahrain, down towards turn 8. And, well, that's a move there from Spike that gives him the lead of this race, and that's what he wanted. Navy then, meanwhile, in 3rd place, will have seen that move, and that will have motivated him to try and get a move done. Meanwhile, then, Henny and Warren still battling it out right now for 7th place. Lighty, oh, that's a McLaren around. That's crazy legs. Around at turn 4, and it looks like he just lit up the rear tyres. That's a significant amount of damage to the front wing, the right-hand side end plate for the McLaren driver. Oh, that's such a shame. He was having a good race as well. He was looking to try and extend that stint on those hard tyres as long as he possibly could beyond half race distance. Unfortunately for him, he spun the car around and hit the wall, damaging his front wing. So Spike then comes towards the line, and will he now come into the pits? No, he stays out as well. So all the drivers trying it this time. Spike saying, well, if Recon does it, I'm going to do it too. So Recon comes in, as does Navy. Jack then will inherit 2nd place. Let's see where Recon is, oh sorry, not where Recon is, where Leroy is, that's what I meant. He's now making his way through the final corner and on towards the start finish straight. Yellow flags in sectors 2 and 3 right now. As you see, Warren making his way through. There is Recon and Navy making their way through the pit lane. There's Leroy, who looks like he's going to get the undercut, and he does. And that is comfortably then ahead of the Ferrari and the Renault. So that's going to send out warning signs for Spike there. See, he's got to try. Oh, look at this then. I'm going to interrupt myself because Lighty there chasing down Charlie. Lyronics takes full advantage and moves ahead. Lighty though and Charlie aren't done battling no as they head through turn 2 and then through turn 3. Lighty was very cautious heading down towards turn 1. Here we go then, up towards turn 4. Both of them have DRS then. Lighty going for the inside move in towards turn 4. He's giving it as much of the inside as he possibly can, but Charlie just on the exit there gets a better exit. There's an attack between them on the exit as well. And Lighty stays in 12th place. Lyronics knew he had to get in front there and moves now up to 10th place. On those hard tyres, he's looking to try and make them last to the end of the race. He's not too far away, considering the start he had. He's about 9 seconds down the road, but the only problem is now he had to battle through traffic, and some of the other drivers won't have to. Charlie and Lighty battling away through turn 10, and that's the power of a better exit, and then DRS. Spike then, race leader into the pits as Lighty moves up to 11th place. And like Spike there will put on a set of hard tyres, and away he goes, contrary to what you saw there. Here comes Sean then into the pits from what was 4th place. And on those medium tyres, we can just get rid of them and put on a set of hard tyres. There is Leroy then, who will take position away from Spike, will he? Yes, he will. There is Spike making his way out of the pit lane. Where will he rejoin? He goes down towards turn 1 here. Recon giving him room. Recon gets ahead of Spike, so Spike's going to have to make that move all over again. But he will have DRS up towards turn 4 here, and the slipstream to go with it. Spike then looking up the inside, but not quite there yet. So what that means is that Leroy takes the net lead of the race as it stands. And of course, Jack will just be focusing on getting some lap times in now and trying to focus on extending that stint and extending that gap to Troy behind him. Warren now up to 3rd place, only 8 seconds, about 9 seconds actually, behind the race leader. So all things considered, not too bad for the McLaren driver. He still puts himself in the running for a good result here. You see a little bit of debris on the outside of turn 10. Now I wonder what's happened there. That might have been the cause of a yellow flag. But Spike still trying to chase down the car ahead. Lighty then up to 9th as all the pit stops are happening around him. And he's ahead of Charlie now. There is Sean in 11th place, who's on fresh tyres. We've got yellow flags in sector 1 here. And is that Graham? It is Graham, who's now out of the race. So what has happened to Graham then? Somewhere in sector 1. So if there's yellow flags coming into the last corner, it's going to be somewhere. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's on the right hand side there. Oh, I can't quite see what's happened there. The engine's still running, which means no, beyond me, but the Racing Point car is now out of the race. So did he make contact with another car? Did he make contact with the wall? Either way, Graham becomes our 2nd retirement of the race, and will be taking no further part. So we're down to 16 runners now. Lap 14 of 29, just under half race distance. Charlie into the pits from what was 10th place. As you can see here, Spike really closing in on Recon. Race lead gets a 3-second time. I haven't really been looking at the bottom of the screen there. However, that's one of the first I've actually noticed. Then again, I do have my steering wheel in the way of the bottom of the screen, so I wouldn't really know. Spike then still pushing on and trying to get past Recon. Meanwhile, Mays here is closing in on Alan Kate with the DRS. And moves now up to 12th place. Of course, he did have that front wing damage early on in this race, looking to get a recovery drive in. He's up to 12th place right now. We'll see if we can get those hard tyres to the end of the race. Spike then still trying to close in on Recon. And whilst Recon had the DRS thanks to Leroy, I don't think Spike has got a good opportunity. Down the straights, Recon looks quick with that DRS. Leroy looking to try and extend that gap as much as he can. The more the gap is now, the better his chances of getting a really good race under his belt. Coming now down towards turn 14 and 15, as Jack has just started lap number 15. So we have 15 laps to go. And it is Jack in the Red Bull leading, but yet to stop. Troy is in 2nd, but yet to stop. Warren in 3rd. You guessed it, yet to stop. Leroy, who's the first of the runners who have pitted, is in 4th place with Recon in 5th. Spike there in 6th place. And you can see there Recon really piling on the pressure on Leroy ahead of him as we head through turn 2 and then through turn 3 with the DRS. That's Warren ahead of them, so they're not too far away from Warren, the 4 of them. You can just see Navy in the background there. Lyronix is 9.5 seconds back from Navy, so he's about 11 seconds, maybe a bit more, behind this battle for 4th place. But if they keep battling like this, there's every chance that Lyronix still could catch up to this battle. Look at this then. 4th, 5th and 6th separated by 1 second at the moment as they now make their way through turn 9 and then through turn 10. Great camera angle from Leroy then as he's being chased down and hunted down by a Ferrari. He hasn't got a great exit out of turn 10, and Recon with the DRS will say thank you very much. That's 4th place, and he now moves up to that position. Leroy down to 5th there, with Spike now chasing him down for 6th place. Leroy will get another chance to have another go down the main straight, down towards turn 1. He might have a go down towards turn 14, but I don't think he will, because he's got the DRS detection point in the braking zone of turn 14. Here he goes then, in the slipstream, turning up the ERS, and he will back out of it. There's the detection point. You saw that white line there. Leroy then to try and maximise the corner. Warren into the pits then from 3rd place, as Leroy looks to try and use the DRS. ERS everything he can. Recon defends the inside line. Leroy goes around the outside. Has he got the move done? Recon looking for a move up the inside. Very close between them. Spike looking for a switchback on Recon here through turn 2 and then through turn 3. He's got a better run through turns 2 and 3, that's for sure. Can Spike have a good run on Recon then up towards turn 4? No, he doesn't. He backs out of that move. But Leroy then moves ahead of Recon and he takes 3rd place in this race right now, with Jack and Traw ahead of them, still yet to stop. Half race distance so far. Jack leads with Traw in 2nd. It's Leroy 3rd, and look how close Recon is to the back of the Williams there, as they now make their way through turn 9 and on towards turn number 10. Lighty into the pits for a 2nd time in this race. While Recon again getting a better exit out of turn 10 and once again down towards turn 11. And this time he stays behind. This time he realises the start-finish straight is the overtaking opportunity to go for. And Spike right now looking to try and get past Recon. Recon there holding back. That would have given Spike an opportunity there to try and have a go. As we now make our way over the crest and down the hill towards 14 and 15. So Jack into the pits then. Meanwhile, Recon really closing into the back of the Williams once again as we head through 14 and 15. Right on his tail now. He'll have the DRS, slipstream, you name it. He's got everything. Recon then moving to the left-hand side. You've got Spike then looking to try and take advantage of the Williams' slipstream as we head now down towards turn 1. Spike, surely not, around the outside of the Williams here. He'll have the inside line for turn 2, and he's done it. Nice move from Spike, but he's vulnerable to the undercut then from Leroy, who looks to go to the left-hand side. Spike gives him room on the run up towards turn 4. Spike up the inside, Leroy on the outside. Who's going to have the better traction? Who's going to have the better run through this corner? Through turn 5 and 6, it's going to be Spike who holds on to 2nd place and makes that move stick. Great battling between the two of them. Recon, though, still in the lead and looking to try and get away from that battle altogether. Meanwhile, Charlie, Lighty and Barry are having a battle of their own right now for 12th place. Lighty with the slipstream and the DRS wide open. Charlie goes defensive down towards turn 1. And Lighty trying to now go around the outside in towards turn 1. And he's got that move done. The Toro Rosso driver now up to 12th place. Charlie here, who's shown a significant improvement right now. He's doing a really good job out there. Just keeping his head down and focused on the race right now. Meanwhile, Lyronix is ahead of Traw. I don't know how much longer because Traw's on a fresh set of medium tyres. He's a championship winner last season out. Currently in 6th place. And he could be under a little bit of a threat here, but we've got a battle for the lead developing down towards turn number 14 and 15. And Spike has actually taken the lead. And he'll have the DRS as well. That's a perfectly timed move from Spike there. That's a great opportunistic move. He saw that DRS detection point and thought, you know what, I'm going to leave my braking as late as possible, stay behind the Ferrari, and then move into the lead of the race. A little bit of tap there from Recon as he just slightly misses his braking point there. 12 laps to go, and Spike retakes the lead here in Bahrain. And Recon there is under threat from Leroy now as we head up towards turn 4. Leroy now up the inside as we now make our way through turn 4, and he's got that move done now. Leroy up to 2nd place. Recon down to 3rd, and it is Navy now in 4th place. He's just having a great view of this battle. I'm not sure he wants to get too involved. He's having a wonderful time just watching this battle right now. But Spike then takes the lead of this race with 11 and a bit laps to go. And we now make our way down towards turn 10. Crazy Legs, another 3-second time penalty for him that will be added to the end of his race. Recon in the slipstream of the Williams of Leroy once again as we make our way towards turn number 11. And Shaw has found a way past Lyronix, and Shaw now moves up 6th place. Oh, that's whirled around in the background at the exit of turn 10, and he was doing such a good job on those medium tyres as well, and he's lit up the rear tyres. And what is there, front wing damage? There is front wing damage. I doubt he'll go to the end of the race on those tyres and that front wing. As now Crazy Legs gets a 5-second stop penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He won't be able to serve that in the pit lane as he retires from the race altogether. A bit of a tough day at the office for Crazy Legs, and hopefully he'll be back for round number 2 at Azerbaijan with his head up high. Sean then, right on the back of Lyronix. He'll be one of the next to try and have a go. We've got yellow flags because of the pit lane, and Lyronix comes into the pits then from 7th place, looking to try and maybe secure a fastest lap of the race point. Of course, you can score those as long as you're in the top 10. Yellow flag sector 1, I'm assuming that is for Crazy Legs, who has retired in the pit lane. He will have then rejoined onto the track as an AI ghost car to retire from the session. So that's what the yellow flags are for. But Spike then leading the way, 11 laps to go. And let me tell you right now, I told you, I love Bahrain. I absolutely adore it. And now you're seeing why. That's Alan Kay there in 15th place, just going through your picture. So Spike and Co are closing very quickly up to the back of them. Watch out for Jack as well, who's only 5 seconds behind Navy, which makes him only around 6.5 seconds behind the leader right now. Leroy then still trying to close in, still trying to get an opportunity. Oh, this is such great racing. I love it. These four have been head and shoulders one of the best battles of this race. And you see then Navy's now trying to get involved in this battle as well. He's trying to put some pressure on Recon. He's been holding back for a couple of laps and now he's fully going for it. Down the start-finish straight then. There is Spike, Leroy, Recon and Navy in that order. You see then Leroy trying to look down the inside in towards turn 1. He's got the inside line. He'll have to try and coax it around the outside for turn 2. Spike knows what he's doing there. Holds on to the lead, but he'll be vulnerable now as we head up towards turn 4. As the Williams there doesn't have his DRS open. Round the outside it goes. He might not even need it. Here we go then. Lyronic's out of the race. From 9th place, championship winner last time out. Last season out, is now out of the first race of a new season. That will not be good for him at all. Here's Spike to go down the inside at turn 8. So narrow, so tight. He doesn't get a great exit though. As we make our way now in towards turn number 9. That's the Ferrari of Recon going up the inside in towards turn 10. And he takes that position away. These three are battling so hard for this race win as Recon at the moment then takes the lead of the race. Spike then instantly comes back. These three are having a great battle right now. Spike taps the rear end of Recon very slightly there. Leroy goes around the outside at turn 11, up the inside at turn 12, and he takes away 2nd place. This is non-stop action right here. This is great stuff. Navy, meanwhile, is just sitting back and enjoying the view right now. He knows that this could end in tears. Why we should get involved in this battle if it could end in tears? What these guys are doing are wearing out their tyres and serving up Jack here to try and have a battle with them all, actually. Leroy, once again, closing in on Recon. Where will he go then? Recon goes to the right-hand side, Leroy to the left. As we head now down towards turn 1, Leroy will be around the outside for turn 1. He'll have the inside line for turn 2, which is ideally where you want to be. As Recon runs slightly wide out of turn 2, he gets the position though and holds on to it. They've got Alan Kay, who is a back marker. He's got the blue flag, so they've got that to deal with as well. And Spike takes full advantage up towards turn 4, trying to go up the inside. And has he got the move done? Yes, he has. Spike then moves up to 2nd place. This is great stuff. As we now make our way now down towards turn 8. And Leroy trying to now go round the outside at turn 8. Very close together between the Mercedes and the Williams. They do make contact there. And Spike comes out on top. Navy, again, is just looking at this battle thinking, I want to be a part of it. But also, this is great to watch. Spike still under pressure from Leroy then. As Recon looks to try and now get away. Heading now down towards turn 11. And they've got Jack behind them, only 2.6 seconds behind Navy. So he has really closed up in the last couple of laps because they've been battling so hard. And Warren's now out of the race. Warren out of the race. And I'm wondering where this is going to be. So, well, they start at turn 1. Is that him straight on there? I think it was. Straight on at turn 1. How very bizarre. Well, we're running aboard with Leroy then, as Spike is just about within DRS range. As Leroy then looking once again, seeing if he can have a move up the inside, but no, he doesn't this time. In towards turn 1 we go. Spike will be concentrating on closing up that gap to Recon once again as we head in towards the 2nd DRS zone, up towards turn 4. And Leroy is having a great first race. It's been great battling. But look at the Red Bull behind. 2.3 seconds behind Navy. Oh, it's getting so close now. Jack could have an opportunity to make it a last to first challenge. But he's got to try and catch the pack first. And he's got 4 cars to dispatch if he's going to do that. It's a tall order. Leroy then making his way now down towards turn number 10 here. And Spike, there you go, his DRS is not open, so he's actually lost the DRS he had from Recon. And we now head in towards turn number 11. Up the hill we go, lap 22 of 29. And we have had some great racing at the front here. It's been absolutely magnificent. Leroy then making his way through turn 13 and on the run now towards turn 14. Let's see what can happen then as we head down towards the final two corners of the track. They are the final two corners. They do count as the final two corners, so we will treat them as the final two corners. Maybe here again wanting to get involved, but I think he'll be a bit wary of Jack behind him now. These four have been battling hard, and you can see there 5 cars in one picture. They could all win this race here. 7 laps to go, and I think Jack will be licking his lips at this opportunity right about now. We now make our way up the hill towards turn 4, and again just staying in formation there through turn 4. Making their way through that S section of 5, 6, 7 on towards the braking zone of turn 8. And Leroy here, it's a little bit of a quiet moment in this race. I'm able to gather my breath and gather my thoughts after what's been such an intense opening 22 laps. That's what I'll say. One thing to note about Charlie right now, who's currently running in 10th place, finished the season, last season, with 0 points to his name. He has a chance here to score 1 point. So he'll be really going for that one, and a good chance for Alfa Romeo to get a point on the board this early on. That'll be a massive boost to not only Alfa Romeo, but to Charlie himself. 7 laps to go, 6 and a bit if you're picky. And it is Recon who leads, ahead from Spike, Leroy, Navy, Jack, Troy, Sean, Henny, Lighty, Charlie, Barry, Mays and Alan Kay. We've lost Warren, Lyrodix, Crazy Legs, Graham and the Gort from this race. DRS once again, and here is Spike looking to try and take advantage. He's back within DRS range and he's closing up very quickly to the back of the Ferrari. Watch out for the Renault as well behind. And I think Navy's just playing the long game here. He knows that the cars ahead will battle. He knows he's got Jack closing in behind as well. He's looking for the long game here and looking to look after his tyres to the end of the race. Let's see how that works out, I wonder. Spike still closing up on the back of Recon as we make our way now in towards 5, then 6 through turn 7 and then on the run down towards turn 8. Not long to go now, 6 laps in fact to go here in Bahrain. And what an opening round it's been. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we go live. TTL F1 is also available on Twitter. It's at TTL_F1 and you can follow me whilst you're there if you like. It's at KSMCGF1. Watching now, Spike trying to close in on Recon as well as the Williams of Leroy on his way up the hill. Navy is just, well, I wouldn't say coasting, but he's just watching on this battle and just seeing what happens. And Jack here has actually started to fall behind in the last couple of laps of Navy. And I think Navy's picked up the pace a little bit here. He's been comfortable. Now he's changed his mind, going down towards turn 14 and 15. Once again, he'll have the DRS and the slipstream down the start-finish straight. And again, you can see just up ahead, Recon trying to break the slipstream to Spike. Navy trying to take full advantage of the slipstream of Leroy as we head now down towards turn 1. And if there's one thing I've noticed with Navy, it's about 2 miles an hour short of Leroy and Spike. They're managing to get about 210, 211. Navy's topping out at about 208. So I think Navy set up his car more aerodynamic based rather than straight line based. So it'll be interesting to see how that helps the tyres. Sometimes if you run high airforce, high downforce, you can actually save the tyres a little bit because there's less effort for the tyres to go through. Oh, Leroy just having a little bit of a moment there through turn 7. Eager with the curves, just unsettled the car a little, he managed to gather it back up and focus on his race again. 5 laps to go. Recon still leading with Spike second, Leroy third and Navy running in 4th place. Leroy with the DRS, he's much closer to Spike than he has been in his last couple of laps. Will he try and move up towards turn 11? No, he won't. He'll back out of it and wait for the start finish straight. But right on the gearbox of Spike now. Spike will be a bit worried now as we head through turn 12. Of course, we know Spike. He drives to a delta. That's his strategy. That's what he does. He drives to a delta. He drives to certain lap times. That's what he knows is best for the tyre wear and for himself. When you're battling this hard, sometimes that strategy is thrown completely out of the window. Leroy making his way through 14 and 15. Once again trying to close in on Spike with DRS. Watch out for Navy as well. Again, Navy just can't seem to keep up on the straight. Watch this speed from Leroy then. This is in the slipstream with the DRS. You see here 209, yeah, 209 from Leroy there. So 1 mile an hour quicker down the straight than Navy, and that does make the difference. 4 laps to go. And we have Recon still leading this one, wanting to get his first race win of the season and to try and get the championship lead as well, of course. That's what he wants. As we now make our way in towards this S section here, Jack, well, the prevalent threat from Jack has died down for now. 2.1 seconds. That's Charlie getting a 3-second time penalty. He's got to be careful of those. Could cost him that point he's on right now. Barry is on 7.5 soft tyres, so his tyres will be starting to feel the ill effects of wear towards the end of this race. Meanwhile, once again with that slipstream, still looking for an opportunity. The Navy here is quick through the corners. That's clear to see, but just on the straight he seems to lose that momentum again, and that's purely the setup. So I think he's just waiting for an opportunity here, waiting for a mistake. Because right now 4th place is not a bad finishing position whatsoever, but I know he'll want more. Spike is out of DRS range of Recon right now as they head down towards turn number 14 and 15, so that is going to leave Spike as a little bit of a sitting duck. He won't have DRS down the main straight. A chance for Leroy and for Navy to close up on Spike ahead. Look at Leroy, look how much he's closing up right now. It won't be enough for a move down towards turn 1, but it certainly opens up an opportunity for a move down towards turn 4. 3 laps to go here in Bahrain. And we're now heading up towards turn 4 now. You can see Leroy still closing in on Spike. Another help of that DRS. Recon still leading. Watch out as well from Mays, who's only 1.7 back from Barry here, and looking to try and take away 11th place. It'll be a tall order to try and take away 10th place, but 11th place from what was damage towards the start of his race to now get to P12 is pretty good right now. But we have seen some fantastic battling between the top 4. I think we're about to see a battle once again develop. Leroy, will he got the inside of Spike? No, he won't. He thought about it. But put Spike under a bit of pressure there. A little bit of a lock-up from the Mercedes driver then. As we now head through turn 12, on towards turn 13. Leroy here on his debut is setting the timing sheet alight here. And he's loving it out there, I can tell. Loving this battling, as am I. And I hope you are at home too. But Leroy has a chance to try and get past with some DRS down towards turn 1. He's much closer to Spike than he was last time around. Spike still does not have DRS. And Leroy here going down towards turn 1. He's in that slipstream. Will he look for the move down towards turn 1? He will. Trying to brake as late as he possibly can. Up the inside in towards turn 1. A little bit of contact between them. That was just Leroy understeering there. Spike trying to defend through turn 2, then through turn 3. Leroy will have a better run, and the DRS up towards turn 4. He's going to be around the outside here. Through turn 4, Spike will hold the inside line as best he can. Leroy going around the outside. He'll then have the inside line, the Williams, for turn 5. He'll stick it around the outside at turn 6, and Leroy gets 2nd place back with 2 laps to go. But where would you rather be when you get to the final lap? Would you rather be the car behind or the car in front, especially when the car in front has no DRS? Jack's charge has come back. He's now 1.3 behind Navy. Look at Navy, really coming alive in these last couple of laps, looking for it. He's up for it now. It's almost like he's driven to a delta. As we now head up towards turn 11 now. Look at Jack, 1.8 seconds behind Navy. Is it too little too late though from the Red Bull? Recon now is just focused on him. He's 1.9 clear of Leroy right now. Navy looking to try and make a late charge to try and have a challenge at Spike. He's got slipstream. Look at this now, coming down towards turn 14 and 15. He'll have DRS on Spike, but Spike will have DRS on Leroy. So this could be a little bit of a three-way scrap now for 2nd place. Well then, Recon starts the final lap of the race then in the Ferrari. And Ferrari, who didn't have a win last season, have a chance here. Here is Spike coming down towards turn 1. He's going to attempt it around the outside at turn 1. They'll give him the inside line for turn 2, and through and up the hill we go. A little bit of contact between them. They keep it clean though, as we now make our way up towards turn 4. There is Navy, he's come alive, and the final lap, it's 3 wide up towards turn 4. Spike gets through, up to second place he goes. Navy and Leroy battling side by side, and Leroy muscles his way through and keeps a hold of third place there. That could have easily ended in tears, but Spike gets back ahead of Leroy. That's what he wanted for the final lap of this race. But Recon here making his way down towards turn 10. He's had some great battling. Oh, Leroy's trying to go round the outside. Oh, turn 10, it's not gone well at all, because there goes Navy for third place. Up towards turn 11, and Leroy might have just thrown away a really good result of a podium here. He'll have another chance down the start-finish rate, but it won't be an easy chance. Recon then making his way around turn 13 and down towards the start-finish line. Andy and I said that we had to see more pole laps from him, but more consistency towards the checkered flag. He weaves down towards turn 14. He thinks he's done enough then. Recon makes his way towards the start-finish line to win the season opener at Bahrain. Spike in second. Leroy gets Navy at the line, battling through the last turn, and Leroy gets back ahead of Navy. Jack then finishes in 5th place, having started 18th on the grid. What a drive from Jack then. Draw then finishing up in 6th place. That was some battle between the top 4. All credit to them. They were fantastic to watch. Absolutely fantastic. Sean then will finish the line and the race in 7th place. A decent result for Sean then, as Mays gets away past Barry then as they head up towards turn 9, and that's going to be 11th place for Mays. Now, all things considered, I think he's had a pretty decent race. Obviously had that setback with the front wing. Henny then finishes in 8th place in the Racing Point and brings home some valuable points for Racing Point. Lighty then will come across the line and finish in 9th place for the Toro Rosso. And Charlie here looks like he's going to try and wrap up his first point of the season. Scored 0 points last season. And, oh, that's Old Man Barry around at turn 12. But Charlie here is going to pick up his first point of the season. A really good drive from Charlie. He just kept his head down, did what he needed to do, and he's got the job done. Mays then finishing in 11th place. And Barry here, having spun at turn 12, will come across the line and take that 12th place spot. Alan Kay finishing in 13th, a lap down on the leaders, as Old Man Barry makes his way around the final corner, and he'll take the checkered flag to finish in 12th place. But what a race, what battling between the top 4, and the driver that comes out on top, Recon, first win of the season for the Ferrari driver. Is it possible to have a race of the season at round 1? Well, we'll have to wait and see for the other 9 races. If that's anything to go by, we've got a great battle for the championship on our hands. And Recon takes that first step to trying to get there with a win here in Bahrain. Spike, of course, finishing in 2nd, and Leroy on his debut finishing in 3rd place. You know, there's something about debuts in TTL F1 that add up so perfectly. Well, the top 3 will be very happy there. They battled so hard and for so long. And that was great stuff to watch. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. That was absolutely fantastic to watch. But here are your official, unofficial results. Recon takes the win from pole position. Spike in 2nd, Leroy 3rd, with Navy in 4th. Jack from the back of the grid finishes in 5th place. Great drive from him. Shaw from 13th, finishing in 6th, with Sean in 7th, Henny in 8th, Lighty 9th, and Charlie rounding off the top 10, having started 15th. A great result from him. He scores his first points of the season. Mays then in 11th, and Barry finishing off in 12th. With Alan Kay, Warren, Lyronix, Crazy Legs, Graham and the Gort not making it to the checkered flag. But for the Dutchman, he'll be very, very happy with that one. And he's converted pole to a win. On paper, it looked like a perfect drive, but for some race there, he was struggling with the battling there. Looks like the fastest lap of the race goes to, I believe, well, Warren there. It would have been Warren, but because he didn't finish in the top 10, that means there's no fastest lap point whatsoever. So they are exactly as you see. So Recon then will be your championship leader after the first round. Next week then, we have Baku. Azerbaijan, and hopefully Andy will be back. Unfortunately, there's no commentator's corner tonight. I have to dash off, unfortunately. However, I hope you can join us for the next race. As always, so subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time TTTV goes live. TTTV will be live next tomorrow night, actually, for TTFL, so make sure you tune in for that one. Also, you can follow the league on Twitter. It's at TTL_F1, and whilst you're there, you can also follow me if you like. It's at KSMCG F1. I almost forgot my own handle there. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. It's been a great battle. As you can see, I love Bahrain, and I look forward to seeing you in Azerbaijan. Until then, I've been Kieran McGinley. You've been watching. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.